state prior to January. So there are about 5 primary differences. In the second whereas clause, the second whereas clause, the state has indicated that it anticipates that its investment in the property will exceed $25 million. We had put $50 million, they've put $25 million. They expect it will exceed. And again, that does not mean that others will not invest in it as well. That's from the state. Section 2 of the legislation is where the other changes have occurred. And so let me go through those with you. Originally, the deed would involve a covenant that would run with the land in perpetuity. This talks about a use restriction. The covenant was to be for park purposes. It said tennis, golf, or park. This is park purposes, which of course would include tennis and golf. It is a restriction as written without any time capacity involved. That would be 20 years. And again, the state has authority to do that now without the legislature being back in session. The tennis sublease would be called a lease back, where the city would lease back that tennis center. The duration of that lease back would be 20 years instead of 50. There are certain encroachments that are going to be resolved, which is basically what we do in real estate transactions to clean up the title. That's fairly standard. With regards to the historic clubhouse, in the original document, the state would have responsibility to maintain it, to sustain it and maintain it. That is no longer in the document. What that means in terms of the clubhouse is the city could work with the state. Perhaps we would have some other entity that would be interested in maintaining it. That would have to be a separate negotiation in terms of how to deal with the clubhouse. There may be lease towers, cell towers on the property, and we would assign those over to the state, which again is standard in the real estate transaction.